even now at the professional level, I'm like, how do people not know like where to move? Like it blows my mind still. Like, but I think it just makes me like really appreciative of like what Coach Bluter was able to do when we were at Iowa. Like she was so smart. She was able to like construct a team and make sure everyone always knew what they were going to do, whether you were the smartest basketball player on the team or you weren't. Like you were always on the same page with your team.
What happens when the WNBA's top playmaker is ordered to quit doing what she does best? According to Caitlin Clark, this is a current situation in Indiana. The coach prefers a slow-paced game, while she thrives on constant motion. This is not just about speed. Two distinct basketball ideologies collide. Caitlin was candid, citing a late-game situation where taking the safe option cost them points. We explain why this clash is more than just a disagreement. This can impact her career path.
I'm sorry. Caitlin Clark not throwing a lob pass to this area right here is a bad play. You throw the lob pass over Kennedy Burke. Kennedy Burke's not athletic enough. You hit Kelsey Mitchell for a wide open layup. That is the play. Anything else is a dumb play.
Caitlin Clark claims one possession revealed the entire story, not after the game or during a film review, but right in the middle of it. 2 minutes remain. Indiana is up by 12. Instead of closing the door, she says she received a call to slow down, walk it up, drain the clock, and play it safe. From her perspective, it wasn't safe to let the defenders breathe.
I don't understand how hard it was for me to not throw that. And she's like, oh, I know, trust me. Everybody was like, we saw you about to throw that. But I think it's just like kind of a learning process. And it goes back to like even my shot thing. Like it's just time and score and understanding. I think that's like where I can still kind of improve. Like, do we really need that?
The ball becomes inbound. Kelsey Mitchell is easily seen on the open floor. That is not a maybe bucket. A layup without touching her face. Clark is already thinking, hit her now. And it's a surefire two. She believes that adding 2 more points would end the game. This is far superior to relying solely on a brief possession.
The best case scenario is 2 points. It does not matter how much of the shot clock you burn in a 12-point game. It is better that you are up 14 than up 12.
Instead of moving quickly, the speed slows to a crawl. One careful dribble at half court. Within seconds, the path collapses, the window closes, and the defense is reset. Clark excels at quick readings, as seen by her previous performances. She claims she could have made the best pass in the WNBA right then. That is not arrogance. She was absolutely sold on what she saw.
I started the fourth quarter off with like 3 turnovers in a row or 2 turnovers in a row. And Steph yanked me and she was like, this is like a learning moment. Like you got to be able to like, yes, like maybe it could have been there. Like maybe you could have thrown a little bit better of a pass. Maybe they could have caught it. But like, do we need that in this moment? Like, no.
Caitlin Clark noticed the mismatch, trusted her timing, and delivered an accurate ball before the defense could react. However, they were focusing on avoiding the time rather than their opponent. She expresses herself clearly here. She believes that defending a lead does not imply overprotectiveness. It implies putting it out of reach.
It is literally a mentality of playing not to lose or playing to win. And it's very clear that Caitlin Clark's mentality is, we're playing to blow teams out.
In her brain, you get up by 14 in less than 2 minutes, and the squad on the opposite sideline starts thinking about the bus ride home. Hesitation creates the impression that they are still involved. This strategy differs from simply running the shot clock down for the sake of it.
Where Stephanie White's mentality, you can see it by how they played, especially with Caitlin. Stephanie White's mentality, we saw was why they were blowing so many fourth-quarter leads. She tried to dribble the clock out. Stephanie White wants to dribble the clock out in the fourth quarter, and that's her natural instinct, is to dribble the clock out in the fourth quarter.
Clark smiled as she realized she and Coach White were playing different games. White desired control. Clark sought momentum. White emphasized structure. Clark planned to attack before the defense could reset. The disparity was not subtle. It felt like a canyon in that moment. Kelsey Mitchell's missed 2 points were no longer an issue during that single possession. This became a fantastic snapshot of the larger situation. Clark's instincts versus the fever system. Seeing things via a specific lens alters your perspective on everything else. Possession can feel like a conflict between speed and order, chaos and control.
I mean this when I say this. I would rather Caitlin Clark if Caitlin makes 4 of those crazy passes, and two of them come off and two of them don't, I would rather her make that pass 4 times, because if those passes come off, it's a guaranteed 2 points. If they don't come off, you might concede.
Clark's focus was not solely on missing a layup. Her basketball style has been slowed, changed, and molded into something that no longer feels authentic. The protagonist's unpredictability is undermined by a system that prioritizes patience over pressure. The situation extends beyond a single night in the fourth quarter. This is a long-term identity dispute.
Caitlin Clark liked the ball in her hand. She's more of a read and react type player. Well, I'm here to tell you, she just went on Sue Bird and she just spilt the beans, bruh. She missed Lisa Bluter. She missed the way they ran the offense. She missed the entire thing.
Caitlin's greatest strength is not her scoring. She has the ability to anticipate events. Slowing her down and forcing her to run preset tasks reduces the weapon's effectiveness. She describes it as playing in a blur. She does best when she reacts to what's in front of her, rather than memorizing the fourth option from a practice set.
I can't stand Stephanie White as a basketball coach for Caitlin Clark. I don't think that Stephanie White is a bad coach. Don't get it twisted. She's not a bad coach at all. I just don't think she's the right coach for Caitlin Clark.
When asked about her favorite basketball moments, she recalls sprinting up the court while the defense was scrambling and making quick reads. That is where the magic comes from. Combined no-look passes, lead-ahead dimes, and rapid transition pull-ups with a slow, deliberate half-court system. It's like adding a governor to a sports car. Although it may still function, it has lost its unique character.
She was a rebound and assist off a 32-point triple-double. And is the only reason her team's in the game. And let's be real, in the post-game press conference, Caitlin Clark made sure to give out about Caitlin Clark not passing the ball to Dantas.
Clark must wait instead of attacking when the defender backpedals. Once the clock approaches the teens, any chaotic edge is lost. Back in Iowa, she had consistent spacing, for shooters are poised to pull. Everyone feels comfortable taking a shot early in the clock. This wasn't just a random act of violence. The spacing was supposed to force the defense to make a quick decision. Caitlin was prepared to respond regardless of their reaction.
I'm sorry, we play the percentages. What is the likelihood that Caitlin Clark makes an assist to Kelsey Mitchell on that break? 85%. 85%. And the difference is, do you want to know what the difference is? Is that Caitlin gets a steal, dribbles in, hits Kelsey Mitchell, the crowd gets hyped. Is a crowd going to get hyped when you start dribbling the ball to halfway line?
Clark was able to send the ball to the corner before the opposing team's defense realized who was there. The feeling is supported by statistics. Her efficiency in transition is significantly higher than in half-court possessions. When she pushes, her numbers increase. The defense does not have enough time to load up on her, not because she is throwing shots.
Even our backup post players, I always think about how Coach Bluter ran practices and things, and I'm very fortunate looking back and now going to watch other colleges' practices and things like that. She really was so intentional about making sure everyone was on the same page and knew what they were doing and knew their role.
In contrast, Clark's half-court trip involves walking the ball up to a defender that has already opted a trap or switch her before she ever crosses a half-court line. She admits that her brain slows down when she thinks, which is not a good thing. Reading takes longer, passing lanes disappear faster, and instinctive driving becomes more cautious.
I think there's 2:25 to go. This is a 12-point game. The game is as good as over, but Caitlin has two choices to basically give them a basket. They can dagger the shot. At this stage, I don't care. You've won the game anyway. You have to do really dumb shit to lose the game. But there's no reason why Caitlin needs to take that dribble with the right hand.
The WNBA has exceptional defenses. Give them an extra beat and they will shut you down. Allow them to relax and they will send more bodies your way. Pacing involves more than just running up the floor. Maintaining Clark's natural pace and ability to make quick decisions is key.
It's not Caitlin fault that her teammates don't know where to go on the basketball court, bro. If she passed you the ball, you should mentally know you're a professional damn athlete, where your feet need to be set, where you need to be positioned at in the basketball game. If you're running a play, if she's coming off a pick and roll, it could be any.
Her movements are unexpected. Defenses respond to her, not the other way around. slow down and the balance shifts. They are now dictating terms. This isn't simply about limiting her shots or assists. The goal is to transform her from the chaotic, attack-first player she has previously been. You risk losing the edge that makes her dangerous in the first place.
Any coach, and I mean this, any coach that makes the best passer in the WNBA not either give the ball to Kelsey Mitchell for an open layup or hit Sophie Cunningham for an open three-point shot should not be listened to.
Many viewers believe Stephanie White is attempting to change Caitlin Clark's identity. This is not simply random fan banter. The team's offensive style and who benefits from it are evident. White reportedly prefers Caitlin to play slower, more deliberate basketball, similar to other guards. Think high IQ, patient, systematic, and predictable. This could be beneficial for those that prefer to have complete control over their possession. Caitlin's risk stems from being the complete opposite of that. Her game relies on chaos for defense. The unexpected, quick trigger passes caught everyone off guard. The cutter is being hit 2 steps earlier than intended.
Caitlin Clark's a player that plays off instinct. Caitlin is a player who plays off instinct. Caitlin's a player who goes on runs. The problem is that if Caitlin starts overthinking, she doesn't go on the runs. The runs are when Caitlin just decides.
The ability to make a skip pass as a defender looks away is key. Her unpredictable nature gives her a competitive advantage. Telling her to calm down and wait for the offense to complete its cycle removes the unpredictable element. Some believe White's vision is similar to Paige Boer's. Caitlin's style is quiet and measured, without relying on continual tempo.
Caitlin Clark talking about her coach Lisa Bluder and how smart she is with offense. If you understand offense and how to break it down, you would understand how sophisticated the offense was. And it's all about fit and floor spacing.
The impact on colleagues is noticeable. Take Kelsey Mitchell as an example. In a fast-paced system, Mitchell can be a pain to manage. She moves quickly without the ball, catching and attacking before the defender can react. She can also pull up quickly.
If there's any passiveness in Caitlin Clark, I'm sorry that Stephanie White wants you to be Paige Beckers. But if Stephanie White really wants you to be Paige Beckers, go to Amber and be like, look, I'm clearly not the player this coach wants. Go trade me for Paige. Go trade me for Paige. Go send me to Dallas. Go send me to Dallas. I don't care.
The motion offense involves running. There is a second Kelsey Mitchell who stands beyond the arc while the ball is swung and the shot clock runs. This occurs in a ball-dominant clock-eating scenario. It transforms the off-ball killer into a spot-up option.
You've heard it. If you ever hear Paige talk about the Oklahoma game, which is her best ever college game, she says, you know what, it was just a blur. It was just a blur. Basically, she was playing off instinct. It was a blur. She didn't know what was happening. She was just scoring. When Caitlin goes into off instinct, it's a blur. I'm just going to assist 4 times in a row and score 6 points in a row.
That's where Clark's vision shines through. She prefers fast drivers like Mitchell to provide her with passing lanes and angles. The goal is to give shooters room so that the defense can't predict where the next hit will come from. The motion offense discourages such behaviors. It promotes a patient build, with each pass aimed at setting up the next one, rather than taking immediate advantage of opportunities.
2 different versions of Kelsey Mitchell. And the thing is that she fully allows Kelsey Mitchell to do as much dumb shit as she wants. But Caitlin Clark does something that I don't even think is dumb, but she deems as being an incorrect play. And all the outcome is that Caitlin Clark makes a dumb play.
It works for some rosters. It does. The lack of emphasis on Caitlin's strength makes this more than just a tempo argument. This is a straightforward identification question. Will the Fever focus on what distinguishes their franchise star? Will they force her to conform to a system, even if it means sacrificing the most intimidating aspect of her game?
We have Caitlin Clark talking about players in the WNBA not knowing how to move, not knowing the correct places to be, the correct spots to be in. We have Caitlin Clark bringing up, people are talking about me not winning a national championship, and it was at Iowa. You guys know about Iowa, right? A team that nobody ever expected to make it as far as they made it.
This is not merely a system versus player discussion. This step could potentially impede her overall development. The longer they pursue this path, the more it will impact not only this season, but also the player's future.
And this is a coach who clearly does not want Caitlin Clark to be Caitlin Clark. Because I'm sorry, like, you take the positives with the negatives with Caitlin. Yes, 1 of every 5 times she tries to pull off a spectacular, she will do something dumb. And there are times where she tries to pull off the spectacular at different times in games, and it doesn't work out. That is fine. You live with it.
Caitlin Clark did not attempt to control the show just for personal gain. Managing a unique player is crucial. Do you incorporate her strengths into the existing system or reinvent it to maximize her impact? Coaches recommend tailoring the system to each player's abilities.
I don't care about what Stephanie White says. Anything else is not only a dumb play. You don't run, the crowd doesn't get involved, and it makes the game boring. Stephanie White wants Caitlin to be boring. It's very clear.
So, here's the question. Should Caitlin adapt to the Fever style, or should Indiana conform to hers? This decision has the potential to shape the next generation of WNBA stars, regardless of their response.